In Niners news, the San Francisco 49ers have rehired their former defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. He is now, again, the Niners defensive coordinator. What are some thoughts about that? What are my thoughts on that? Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Borderline great. And you know how I am with coaches if you've seen me, my respective critiques, one or two, of Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan. I really like this. I really, really, really like this rehire. Now, however, it might be like rehashing, you know what I mean? I like this band getting back together, right? Some of those other bands are like, okay, why did they even, like, who cares if they got back together? Nobody was listening to them when they were out in the first place. These guys, though, Robert Saleh, I like the attitude that he gives the 49ers defense. One more time. I like the attitude that Robert Saleh is going to give the 49ers defense, okay? They're going, like, hopefully, because it's like we've seen this before, right? So like a few years ago, we saw Saleh as the Niners defensive coordinator, and there are many players still from that squad still on the team, right? Fred Warner, yeah, Bosa, you got some of the big boys, right? Okay. I love this hire for a few reasons. Aggressiveness is number one, though. I think that the Niners defense it was like they bent and then they sort of broke and then that was it, right? The Niners need to get back to that. I mean, I hope it's not even a bend but don't break defense. I hope that they get a little bit even more aggressive with their strategy, with their scheme. And if there's one thing I can tell you, the Niners defense will, at the very least, this season be far more aggressive than last season's team. It wasn't even, it is what it is. Okay. Rumors already, so they rehired him, I believe, just a few days ago. Rumors are already out, though, from the East-West Shrine game. From this, it's a bowl game, like sort of like the Senior Bowl, where college players get to show off their skills to pro scouts, to pro coaches and whatnot, right? The rumors out of the Shrine game are that the Niners are looking for aggressiveness, for speed at defense, and particularly, this report was in the defensive backfield, so that they're looking for DBs with speed, who can cover ground, and who can hit. Thank you. Finally. Whew. It was scary last season how few gang tackles there were even for the Niners. Go back and watch a game. Go back and watch a Niners game. It's like, see Fred Warner making a nice tackle. In the latter games, you see Dre Greenlaw making a go. You want what we love to see, because football is a violent game. Sports science compares a football tackle to like a light grade car crash. And honestly, on defense, I want to see as many car crashes as humanly possible, as many pile-up cars, as many as possible. Inflict as much punishment on the opposing team's offense as humanly possible. Why? Because this is a physical and violent sport, and you have to impose yourself. Last season, we saw a Niners defense that didn't impose themselves, that weren't ready to hit, and that weren't ready to be hit. This next season, I can pretty confidently say, because, right, of the portfolio that Saleh already has with the Niners, I can confidently say that's not going to happen. So look, the Niners might get beat, but at least, hopefully, they won't get beat up anymore. Because that's a sad thing, right? To see those Sorensen defenses just get run over and beat up. What does this also do? I believe that this also allows Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan the peace of mind that he needs to operate a successful and dynamic team in totality, specifically with regards to what he does with the offense. And I believe is Kubiak now the official offensive coordinator, play caller? But Shanahan is best when he has the best. I know that sounds horrible, but so it's like when Shanahan doesn't have great offensive weapons, his teams don't do the best. When he has great offensive weapons, his teams do well, right? So what we're doing is we're translating that to coaching. Saleh is such an upgrade. Saleh and Shanahan already have a rapport. They already have that great relationship. It's just time to get back to work now. And we love that. So one more time, what I believe that having a fragile defense that's very susceptible, like the one that under Sorensen, it's not gonna allow Shanahan to fully be who he needs to be for the whole team. I know that sounds a little weird, but Saleh is taking a lot of pressure off of Shanahan, and that's what Kyle Shanahan needs. Do I believe that Kyle Shanahan is a good motivator of men? No, not particularly. Do I believe that Coach Kyle Shanahan is a good play caller and can win a Super Bowl? Yes. I think he's a good play caller. I think he calls relatively good plays. Timing isn't there on the plays. That's okay. But he has proven he can get to the big game, and I absolutely believe he can win the big game. He's a good enough coach, for sure. Of course, I like Harbaugh and Tomlin more than him. Okay, cool. It's like, I like that's fine. That's fine. I like other quarterbacks better than Brock Purdy, but we're rolling with Brock, right? Okay. So the long story short with this is going to be a short-lived video. We just had to acknowledge and praise this rehire and this signing, and it was close, right? Because Saleh was flirting with the Jacksonville Jaguars a lot. Don't like that. So glad to have him back, though. So glad to have him back. One more thing. Hey, two more things. Number one, can he lure maybe a player by the last name of Gardner, Lord Sauce? Can he lure the Jets playmaking cornerback? Can he lure him to the Niners? And also, will any players follow Saleh? We already saw Instagram of DJ Jones, Javon Kinlaw, two ex-Niners defensive tackles. They both praised the signing or said something about Saleh being a Niner. So, can he bring back a couple of those OG players who were pretty good? Kinlaw didn't have a great career with the Niners. DJ Jones, though, on the other hand, he'll do at defensive tackle. He's a good rotational defensive tackle piece, right? So, number two, though, with this whole thing, the Niners just got a hell of a lot tougher with Saleh. They got tougher. And if there's one thing that I had to say, like, sort of pampered team with Kyle Shanahan, they're known to be fair weather anyways. If there's one thing that this team, this organization needed, was some grit and toughness, that's what they just got. Hey, are you excited? Who's one player? So Niners fans, those faithful to the Bear, I'm going to do a lot of draft analysis. I'm already looking at some prospects. Comment below one or two prospects that you want me either to do a video of or that you want to see in a Niners uniform next season. One or two prospects you think could look good in a Niners uniform. And hey, maybe just a player, any NFL player, sans like the Patrick Mahomes, right? Who you think could be productive and you want to see in a Niners uniform next season. Put that in the comments below. And of course, if you're subscribing, thank you so much if you're a subscriber. This is like what I want to do with my life. So you are helping my livelihood from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Also, hopefully from the bottom of my wallet someday, thank you very much for your subscription. But of course, for your San Francisco 49ers content, like, subscribe, follow, comment. But whatever happens, I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a good one.